गणानान्त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पत आनः शृण्वन्नोतिभिः सेदसादनं प्रणो देवी सरस्वती वाजेभिर्वाजिनीवती धीनामवित्र्यवतु गणेशाय नमः सरस्वत्यै नमः श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभानुमहं वन्दे सद्गुरुं सत्यसायिनम् ॐ श्री साई दत्तात्रेयाय नमः ॐ श्री साई वरदः कार्तवीर्यादिराजराज्यप्रदः अनघः विश्वश्लाघ्यः अमिताचारः दत्तात्रेयमुनीश्वरः पराशक्तिपदाश्लिष्टः योगानन्दः सदोन्मदः समस्तवैरितेजोहृत् परमामृतसागरः अनसूयागर्भरत्नं भोगमोक्षसुखप्रदः ॐ दत्तात्रेय हरे कृष्ण उन्मत्तानन्ददायक दिगंबरमुने बाला पिशाचज्ञानसागर ॐ द्रां श्री साईरां रक्ष माम् ॐ द्रां श्री साईरां पाहि माम् हे परमेश्वरा दीनदयाळो साईनाथ गुरुदेव कृपाळो रक्ष रक्ष जगदीश्वर साई आर्तत्राणपरायण साई समर्थ सद्गुरु साईनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम श्री गुरवे श्री सत्य साईनाथ श्री पादुकां पूजयामि नमः। ओम श्री परम गुरवे श्री शिरडी साईनाथ श्री पादुकां पूजयामि नमः। ओम श्री परमेष्टि गुरवे श्री दत्तात्रेय स्वामी श्री पादुकां पूजयामि नमः। सद्गुरु चरणारविन्दाभ्यां नमः। हरिः ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्धसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके देवी नारायणि नमोऽस्तुते। ॐ नमश्चण्डिकायै। हरिः ॐ। ओम श्री साईराम. Offering our loving pranams at the lotus feet of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba and all the Gomatas here that represent the entire cosmos. It's been an incredible, what should I say, divine bliss and pleasure to be here already for a week. And, very few of our dearest brothers and sisters coming here and dedicating their time and effort to prepare this Yajnishala in its completeness, which is still a long way to go. And hope and pray that the people here in Memphis first are inspired to be part of this event. But only Bhagavan's will brings anyone to his event. Nobody else has any say in that. Only Swami's will, you will be able to enter into Puttaparthi or any place where he is installed. With that, last week we had the orientation of the Rudram and Sampurta Sri Suktam, but there have been some adjustments made because, as I mentioned, they are doing Sampurta Sri Sukta Homa for 132 days here at the Yajnishala. While we are doing the sadhana, many people across the globe in the context of this yajna. So I just had the opportunity to go through what they have been doing, etc. And so we need to make some adjustments for the Sampurta Sri Sukta Homam. And last week there were also some errors I have made in the swara associated with I used an older version of the Rudra Homa mantra, so that there has, instead of a newer version, so now the new version is uploaded. So let's go through the Rudra Homa mantras and one more time, so that you are all clear on how to offer that. I believe many of you are Ritviks already for the yajna. So with that, let me make Chandrasekhar. There is version 2 of the Rudra mantras. So while he's pulling that up, the how does this Homa happen? Hopefully, many of you are familiar with the Homa protocol from the previous yajna, but there are also a lot of new people coming for the first time for the yajna. And so, if you have, I think I explained the protocol, what happens during the day, but a little more detail on the Homam. So, every day we will have 16 times 11, that many number of Ritviks doing the Homa. 16 times 11, 176 people will be sitting for the Homa, plus 11 people as Acharyas. So 187 people will be doing the Homa. And those 187 people every day offering ahutis, and we're doing it for 8 days. So that will complete one Atirudra yajna, wherein the japam, meaning parayanam of the Rudram, is done 14,641 times during the yajna, and the Rudra japam is 14,641, whereas the ahutis offered are dashamsha, means 1/10 of 1494 will be the number of ahutis offered in the yajna. So there will be 11 homakundas, and you will be assigned the homakundas, because we have more Ritviks than the 176. There will be few people that would be offering. There will be certain number of people, I believe 81 or 82 people. So total 164 of the 250 people will be rotating every other day for doing the Rudra Homam. And however, because you are rotating, it doesn't mean that you don't have to chant the Swaha mantras. It's your opportunity to chant the, those that are not doing the Homa but are Ritviks will have the opportunity to do the Swahakara mantras, because it would be impractical for many of you to be having a book in your hand and also doing Swahas. Not practical, because it will be going on, so that at least people Swaha mantras, as many number of people that are doing the Swaha mantras into the Homakunda, there will be chanting also happening. That's the reason why I'm holding the orientation. Last year or years before, I did not hold orientation of the Rudra Homa mantras, and there are certain nuances that you need to be paying attention to. So on the first day, when the Atirudra Mahayajna starts, as I already mentioned before, all the Ritviks have to be present at the Yajnashala by no later than 6:45, maximum 6:50. And when you come and you get seated down, those that have learned Mahanyasam and Aruna Prashna can join chanting, not using a book and chanting, but only if you have formally learned Aruna Prashna and formally learned Mahanyasam. Otherwise, you will be making lot of mistakes. It will be going through super fast speed, and I would rather have many of you who haven't learned focus on doing your japam. That means Om Namah Shivaya japam at least 10 malas, and also finish, those that are into Devi Mahatyam, finish your Chandi japam. So start with the Mahaganapati, then finish the Namah Shivaya Panchakshari japam, finish the Chandi japam. So if you have any other mantra dikshas, you can also do those. But if you don't have any mantra japa except Namah Shivaya, not 10 malas, do 45 minutes, you can finish 25-30 malas. Because for any yajnam that is done, the number of count of what is ahut is offered 10 times, that is the actual mantra japam associated with the ahutis, and 10 times that is the Mula mantra japam, Namah Shivaya. That is the Mula mantram. Namah Shivaya iti bijam. Sivatarayeti Shaktihi. That's what you're doing in Nyasa. Namah Shivaya Bijam. What is Bijam? Bija means seed. What is a seed? A seed is a one that gives rise to a incredibly beautiful, magnanimous Vatavruksha, like a pupil tree. And that is the what is embedded in one seed. If you look at how small the seed of a pupil tree, nobody can even imagine that such a magnanimous tree can come out of it. So what happens if you take a seed and put it in soil? Nothing happens if you don't take care of it. Nothing will happen. So it's not that you are doing japam or you got some diksha from some guru, but if you have not planted it properly, if you have not watered it properly, if you have not protected that properly from all the insects and the birds and the beasts, etc., that sapling would be destroyed. So you have to nurture this. And what is the field of the seed? The field of the seed is your body, and the Hridaya Kshetram in which you plant this Namah Shivaya or whatever mantra that you got through your Guru. And that you have to daily do japa, daily. And only if you daily do japa and protect the sapling from all the animals such as Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsarya, Vasanas, company, Satsangam, all the things that are driving you away from that, it is to be protected from all of that. It will become a magnanimous Vatavruksham. And then what happens? Under which all the birds, the beasts, the humans, everything will come seek refuge in that Vatavruksham. So therefore, you become a shelter for universal peace. That is what is called as japa. That's what is called mantra japa, mula mantra japa, Rudra Parayana, and the Rudra Homa. That's what is happening for 132 days. This is that is the then you are coming to the yajna with full prepared mind and the body, and you will 100% not only receive this divine grace, whatever you do, wherever you go, you carry that incredible energy and give positivity and peace. Tamushtu hi yashvisha sudhanvajo visvasya kshayati bheshajasya yasva that mantram that you chant. What is the meaning of that mantram? Ayam me hasto Bhagavan, ayam me Bhagavattaraha, ayam me Vishwabheshajoyam Shiva Abhimarshanaha. Shiva ha Abhimarshanaha. I am now touched by this, what we call as that which converts even mud into gold. You are touched by that Parashvedi called Shiva. And then your hands have become healing powers because you touched the feet of Shiva. And with those hands and those thoughts, when you approach anybody, you, meaning you means not you as this body mind complex, you as an instrument will be able to permeate that love and energy. For that, lot of seva has to be done. Not only those that are doing the putting the stuff in the homakundas or the ritviks. Everyone who is doing service at the yajna is a ritvik. Ritvik is not some special privilege you got, because that privilege doesn't mean anything if you haven't used it. Not because you have a badge called ritvik, because you have a heart of a ritvik, and that heart of a ritvik is love and service. And so there is a Homa happening of feeding all the devas. There is a Homa happening feeding all the cows. There is a Homa happening feeding all the people coming to the yajna and taking care of them for the yajna. Everything is what is called yajna. Yajna means completely selfless. Yaga means that which you do with accomplishing a specific purpose. Yajna is no purpose other than universal peace. Therefore, when you come and you are preparing with all the sadhana, you are coming, and then there will be 11 homakundas, and the 11 homakundas you will be assigned to those homakundas. And then when you are finished the parayana, you have 10-15 minutes break. You have to go sit at your respective homakundas, and then the what we call as on the first day there will be Shat Patra prayogam, which I don't want to go into because it's basically setting up all the aspects of invoking the Vaidika Agni for the yajna. And once that invocation is done in the Prathana Homakunda, Agni Vibhajana happens to all the other Homakundas, and in that then there will be mantras that would be offered only by the priest with respect to the initial offerings. Every devata that is present as kalasham, there will be roughly 300 kalashams that will be at the yajna, and all gods and goddesses, including the Shiva Parivara and much more, and the Shakti Parivara will be invoked as kalashams, and that's what you are offering the japam to. And then when you come and sit in front of this yajna and in the Agni, we are offering these mantras. And these mantras that we are going to chant primarily are the Rudra Homa mantras. And these Rudra Homa mantras, as I was explaining, 169 swahakaras will be offered into the homam, 169 every cycle. And along with 12 representing the chamakam. So that is the total ahutis offered. And you offer this mixture that is made up of paddy, sesame seed, jaggery, and ghee. Why those four? There is significance to everything that we do. So there is a spiritual significance and there is a ritualistic significance. That particular is what is called cheruvu, that is offered to Rudra as the havis, and for each god there is specific type of havis that is offered, and for Rudra this is the most pleasing as offering. And what does this mean? What does paddy represent? What does sesame seed represent? What are these ingredients? Why only they are mixed and offered to Rudra? Beyond the scope of this, we will do that satsang some other time. So those people that all the ritviks are offering, and when you are offering with these fingers, and you don't hold havis with all like a fistful, and people actually take a fistful and throw into the homakundam. You don't throw into the homakundam, you offer into the homakundam. Offering is different. Okay, when you're offering, are you seeing me how I am offering? So you maximum, or what you do is you hold enough with this Mruga Mudra, and then you offer into the Homa Kundam from your heart, from the plate into the heart, from the heart into the Homa. Okay, that's how you offer. Not throwing like this. Don't throw Dravya like this. Don't throw Akshatas on God like this. You're not blessing God, huh? You're offering to God. This is blessing. This is offering. Okay, then what are the Rudra mantras? You all know the Rudra Japam. Now several people have been practicing Sri Rudram. Let me show you very quickly what are some of the nuances and especially particular mantras that you need to be aware of. Can you open up the Chandrasekhar Ganeshan? Okay, so Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya is not a Swahakara mantra. It is not an ahuti. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya is just an invocation of the Dashakshari, the 10-letter mantra. Om Namo Bhagavate Rudraya. Panchakshari, Namah Shivaya. Shadakshari, Om, Om Namah Shivaya. That is 6. Now, the ahuti start from the very first mantra, which is Namaste Rudramanyava, and every time before the swaha, you have to note that there is always a anudattam, means om. Okay, there are two principles. First, every mantra starts with a om and concludes with the swaha. You have to say om and swaha. Namaste Rudramanyava, then the whole thing is one ruk. This entire thing is one offering as the yajus, offering into the as the havis. Om Namaste Rudramanyava Utota Ishave Namaha Namaste Astu Dhanvane Bahubhyamutate Namaswaha. Otherwise, you say Bahubhyamutate Namaha. Instead, Bahubhyamutate Namaswaka. See, now you can see everywhere. Mridaya swaha girishantabhichakashe swaha. And you have to remember to say Om in front of everyone. Om is the Om is the envelope. Swaha is the stamp. The mantra is the actual letter. So Om is the letter that you write to the God is the actual mantra. Om is Om is the stamp. Swaha is the address. That is, then the letter will be taken by the Yajna Purusha. Here we are invoking Yajna Purusha, and that Yajna Purusha will deliver all these ahutis to all the respective aspects invoked in the Yajna. So, Om Shiven Avachasa Tva Girishacha Vadamasi Yatha Nasarvamijjagada Yakshmagum Sumana Asatasvaha. So you can see Adhyavochada Dhivakta, 6th mantra, 7th mantra is Asavyastamro Arunavata Babhrusumangalaha. The next month, so only when you say Swaha, you offer into the Homakundam and don't offer before that. And preferentially, after the Acharya puts the Ahuti, yes, first the Ajja will be offered first and then you offer it immediately. Okay. Now the 8th mantra is a 3-line Ruk. It is not 2-line. All the other are 2-line Ruks. And from the second Anvakam, they are single line Yajus, so they are single line Swaha. So you have to remember this. Om Asavyo Vasarpati Nilagrivo Vilohitaka Utainang Gopa Adrusan Adrusan Udaharjaka Utainam Vishwa Bhutani Sadrushto Mridajati Nasvaka. So 3 lines you have to wait. That is 8th mantra. So the rest of the mantras, okay, we can scroll down, Sairama. Unless anybody has any questions, you can stop and ask. But the rest of them are pretty much the same swaras, everything, except you're adding Om in the beginning and then with a Anudattam followed by Swahakara mantras. So here you will see that Asmannidhe Hitam is how the last mantra is ends in Parayana. But when we are doing the Swaha mantra, the Anuswara becomes G because Anuswaram followed by Sa has to be pronounced as G. And Anuswara followed by Ha is usually chanted as Gum, right? Adhyavocha, okay, in this mantra, it is a Tam, which is Anuswara, Sa in Swaha. So Tag Swaha, you have to say Om Parite Dhanvano Heti Rasman Vrunaktu Vishwataka Athoja Ishudhistavare Athoja Ishudhistava. Oh, sorry. अथोज अथोज इषुधिस्तभारे अस्मन्निधेहि तग्गस्वाहा. So you have to remember those variations. Taggaswaha. Yes, Srividya.
The swaha, the swa has to have a longer vowel over there, or
Oh, it is Swaha. Yes, ma. Good catch.
thank you.
Yes, all the Swahas have to be changed. Yes, you are right.
And Anna, you said usually it precedes with Anudata, but in this case there is no. That's grammatically correct.
Yes. Nidhehi taggas. It has to be Anudattam also. Yes, I'll fix that.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Oh my God, how many times these edits happen? Okay, I will change that. Can uh, can you text me, Chandrasekhar, after this? Whatever, make a note of them and send me the WhatsApp. I'll fix them.
Sure.
Okay, then we are now going into the second Anuvaka. From second Anuvaka to ninth end of ninth Anuvaka, they're all single lines. Okay, there are single lines because they are all yajus, right? Previous ones are ruks. So these yajus. ॐ नमो हिरण्यबाघवे सेनान्ये दिशाञ्च पतये नमः स्वाहा ॐ नमो वृक्षेभ्यो हरिकेशेभ्यः पशूनां पतये नमः स्वाहा ॐ नमः सस्पिञ्जराय त्विषीमते पथीनां पतये नमः स्वाहा. So how we are chanting in Japam? ॐ नमो बभ्रुषाय विव्याधिने अन्नानां पतये नमो नमो. This, that namo namo is that nama, that second namo is namo, right? Instead it is namaswaha. Therefore it becomes one offering. ॐ नमो हरिकेशायोपवीतिने पुष्टानां पतये नमः स्वाहा. Please practice this. You have 1 week to practice. Okay, next, as we go through those, you can keep going. Standard, everything is same as Rudram except what we have been talking about. If we go to the next, so you see, by end of third Anuvaka, you have offered 45 ahutis, and you see the number of ahutis is given there. So keep going. Devanagari, the Anuswaram, what's the question? I can't read all of that.
No. I'm saying the Swaha is okay in Devanagari.
Oh, if it is okay, don't. If it is okay, it is okay. Da. Okay. What's the next? Okay, then from here, the previous Anuvaka, meaning 2, 3, 4, have Ubhaya Namaskara, means this starts with Namas, ends with Namas. Whereas from the fifth Anuvaka, there is no Namaha. Om Namo Bhavaja cha Rudraja cha Swaha. Om Namah Sharvaja cha Pashupataye cha Swaha. Om Namo Neelagrivaya cha Sitikantaja cha Swaha. Om Namah Kapardine cha Vyukta Keshaja cha Swaha. Like that, so on. Keep scrolling down if you notice anything that we need to. The end mantra, when we say Nama Urvyaya cha Vasvanyaya cha Namasrotasyaya cha Dvipyaya cha, it ends with as the Udattam, means flat when we do the Japam. But here, same principle of cha as the Anudattam and the Swaha. As you go forward, you have to remember where there is Dirghaswarita. So when you end the previous one, the fifth one, Om Namasrotasyaya cha Dvipyaya cha, Om Namasrotasyaya cha Dvipyaya cha Swaha. Om Namo Jyeshtaya cha Kanishtaya cha Swaha. So you cannot change the swaras. The swaras have to be exactly like what you are doing. As so Dirghaswaritas, etc. in the middle of the mantras are exactly same as the Parayana. Okay, next keep going. 7 is done. 8 is Dundubhyaya cha Hananyaya cha, same as before. Let's go to 8th Anuvaka, which is the important Anuvaka. Somaya cha Rudra.
One question in 105,
Hmm.
the Swaha is not there, so I'm wondering if it is meant to be skipped
No,
off.
where is it? 105. Keep up. Yes, missing. Thank you, Ma.
Sure.
Go through this document and also let me know if there are. Are you going to send the notes, because you are a good proofreader. Nobody has caught all of this. That means they haven't bothered to look at it. Yes.
Anna, and couple of places I've noticed Anudatas missing on 84th and 89th in Devanagari.
I asked you to send them, right, last week? I haven't received anything yet. Please send if you notice anything.
Yeah.
That means I asked people to print out, so maybe they need to just hold off on printout. Okay, let's go see at the end of the seventh Anuvaka, 108 ahutis are offered. And the eighth Anuvaka begins with Namasomaya Rudraya cha. There is no Om Hara 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 here. Actually, Om Hara 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 Hara, technically speaking, should not be chanted, because you can't introduce any new prayers or any new things in between Parayana mantra, especially exactly as in Samhita, you have to chant. So technically, Om Hara 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 is not chanted even during Parayana. Somebody introduced this in Puttaparthi with Bhakti, so we just follow that. Sometimes Bhakti supersedes technicality if it is done with pure heart. So, Namasomaya Rudraya cha, as you go down, please make a note of 116, note of Adaharlu. 116th mantra is the only one word. Om Namasta Om Namastaraya Swaha. Let me chant this whole Anuvaka. Okay. Chandrasekhar, you want to start the whole Anuvaka? Chant it?
Yes, Anna, sure.
Okay.
Om Namah Somaya cha Rudraya cha Swaha. Om Namastambraya cha Runaya cha Swaha.
Okay, there, swara. Om Namastamra. Swaram is the same as chanting. Okay, no changes. Yes, okay, please go ahead. One more time. Om Namasomaya cha.
Om Namah Somaya cha Rudraya cha Swaha. Om Namastambraya cha Runaya cha Swaha.
Okay, one more time. You won't be chanting at that slow speed at the yajna.
Oh, even faster than this?
Yes. Om Namasomaya cha Rudraja cha Swaha. Om Namastamraja cha Runaja cha Swaha. Om Namashangaya cha Pashupataye cha Swaha. Om Nama Ugraja cha Bhimaja cha Swaha. Chant from Namo Agre Vadhaya.
Om
Om
Namo Agre Vadhaya cha Dure Vadhaya cha Swaha. Om Namo Hantre cha Haniyase cha Swaha. Om Namo Vrikshebhyo Harikeshebhya Swaha. Om Namastaraya Swaha. Om Namah Shambhave cha Mayobhave cha Swaha. Om Namah Shankaraya cha Mayaskaraya cha Swaha. Om Namah Shivaya cha Shivataraya cha Swaha. Om Namastirthyaya cha Kulyaya cha Swaha.
Tirthyaya cha Tirtom Namastirthyaya cha Kulyaya cha Swaha. Next.
Om Namah Padyaya cha Om Namah Padyaya cha Vadyaya cha Swaha. Om Namah Prataranaya Chottaranaya cha Swaha. Om Namah Ataryaya cha Ladyaya cha Swaha. Om Namah Shashpyaya cha Phenyaya cha Swaha. Om Namah Sikatyaya cha Prabahyaya cha Swaha.
Good. Next is the ninth Anuvakam. Ninth Anuvakam will be very different from what we do in Parayanam, especially the last of the ninth Anuvakam. Om Nama Irinyaya cha Prapathyaya cha Swaha. Om Namah Kigum Shilaya cha Kshayanaya cha Swaha. Om Namah Kapardine cha Om Namah Kapardine cha Pulasthaye cha Swaha. Om Namo ज्येष्ठ्याय च गृह्णाय च स्वाहा ॐ नमस्तल्प्याय च गेख्याय च स्वाहा ॐ नमः काट्याय च गक्वरेष्ठाय च स्वाहा ॐ नमो हृदयाय च निवेश्याय च स्वाहा ॐ नमः पागुं सब्जाय च रजश्चाय च स्वाहा ॐ नमः शुष्क्याय च हरित्याय च स्वाहा ॐ नमो लोप्याय चोलप्याय च स्वाहा ॐ नम ऊर्व्याय च सूर्याय च स्वाहा ॐ नमः पर्ण्याय च पर्णसिद्ध्याय च स्वाहा ॐ नमोपगुरमाणाय च विघ्नते च स्वाहा ॐ नम आखिदते च प्रखिदते च स्वाहा ॐ नमो वक्किरिकेभ्यो देवानागं हृदयेभ्य स्वाहा so that whatever I highlighted there, in Parayana we say Namo Vakkirikebhyo, Namo Viksheenakebhyo, Namo Vichinvatkebhyo, Nama Anirhatebhyo, Nama Ami Vatkebhyakha. That's how you do Japam. But here Namo Vakkirikebhyo, Devanagam Hridayebhya becomes the refrain from 140 to 144, all the last four mantras. So pay attention to the swara. Om Namo Vakkirikebhyo Devanagam Hridayebhya Swaha. Om Namo Viksheenakebhyo Devanagam Hridayebhya Swaha. Om Namo Vichinvatkebhyo Devanagam Hridaya Vichinvatkebhyo. That should be Anudatam. That Kirikebhyo. Did I fix it in which? Is it version number 2 you are showing? Is it?
Yes, Anna. I just downloaded the latest from the.
Okay. So, okay, that's another thing we need to change because Namo Vakkirike Om Namo Vakkirikebhyo Devanagam Om Namo Viksheenakebhyo Viksheenakebhyo Devanagam. Yeah, that's correct actually, yes. Yes, let me just check one more place. Yeah, previous version had Anudatam there, but it should be Swaritam. Om Namo Vakkirikebhyo Devanagam Hridayebhya Swaha. This is correct. Om Namo Viksheenakebhyo Devanagam Hridayebhya Swaha. Om Namo Vichinvatkebhyo Devanagam Hridayebhya Swaha. Okay, you want to chant one more time, and before you do that, I want to cross check one last time. Any question on this while I am rechecking? In Telugu, can you open up the Telugu thing and Devanagari? I want to check.
Devanagari needs to be corrected, I guess.
Telugu also.
One second, ma. Homa. Rudra Homa Mantra. What is connected to Telugu? Can you project the Telugu? Somebody show me the Telugu. 144. Okay. Om Nama Akhidate cha Prakhidate cha Swaha. Om Namo Vakkirikebhyo. That should be Swaritam. Is it not Swaritam in Telugu?
Bhyo is Swarita only.
Vakkirike.
Bhyo should be
Bhyo.
there. Yeah, Bhyo should
Svaritane
be
undi.
Svarita. Yeah,
Undi.
then, yeah, so in English it was Svarita. So, Om Namo Vakkirikebhyo Devanagam Hridayebhya. That's correct. What about Devanagari? It is Svarita, no? Bhyo is
Yes.
Svarita?
Swarita. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Only the first one, only 140 it is. The
The other
rest
three
is all,
lines, they're
yeah,
not four.
Devanagari.
Okay, just make a note, and whoever is sending me the notes, that Vakkirike Bhyo, all the Bhyos should be Svaritas. Namo Vakkirike, Om Namo Vakkirike Bhyo Devanagam Hridayebhya Swaha. Om Namo Vikshenake Bhyo Devanagam Hridayebhya Swaha. Om Namo Vichinvatke Bhyo Devanagam Hridayebhya Swaha. Om Nama Anirhatebhyo Devanagam Hridayebhya Swaha. Om Nama Amivatkebhyo Devanagam Hridayebhya Swaha. Everything is right, right? Well, I was
Shekhar
chanting.
garu, Telugu
Everything is
Telugu Telugu Vikshinakebhyo Vichinvatkebhyo Anirhritebhyo. The bhyo is um, yeah.
Which version you are saying, Raj? It should be
Telugu.
number 2.
Oh, that okay. Maybe this is the old one. Yeah, sorry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am.
This is, yeah, this the one he is pointing out. I see the Bhyos all as Svarita. What are you talking?
I am looking at.
Number 142 is is it number 2, Raj? You are projecting, Tambi?
Yes, and I just downloaded it.
Yes, Sairama 2 itself has this. I also
Okay, version 2 has it. Okay, I will fix. Okay, I have to fix that. So please note that all the Bhyos are Svaritas. Last time I think we used a version where the Bhyos are not correctly situated. Then only the flow of the mantra will go. Namo Vakkirikebhyo Deva. Otherwise it won't flow. Namo Vakkirikebhyo Deva. Because it won't fit with the Anudatam. It has to be Swaritam. Okay. Okay, I will fix it and reload it again. Apologies for that. Okay. Rudra Homa Mantra. Okay, what about somebody said the same problem with Devanagari or?
Yes, same problem. 141 through 144, the Anudatam needs to be changed.
Okay. Okay. That is the 9th Anuvaka. 10th Anuvaka, regular mantras only, except you have to pay attention to the say Swaha, is this and the Anudatam before that. There is, okay, keep going, Sairama. That one. This Asminnanataraggaswaha. Okay, previous line. Om Imagam Rudraya Tavaseka Kshayadviraya Prabharamaghe Matim Yatha Nashyamasadvipade Chatushpade Vishwam Pushtangrame Asminnanaturaggaswaha. Okay, next, please keep going. Yes, everything is standard here. Please keep going. I don't see any changes. Yeah. Parino Rudrasya Hetir Brunaktu. Yeah, these ruks are all correct. Mridaya Swaha. Yeah. Then the 11th Anuvakam. Very important to pay attention to Teshagum Sahasra Yojane as a refrain that comes very different from Parayanam, where we are going ॐ सहस्राणि सहस्रशोजे रुद्रा अधिभूम्या तेषागुं सहस्रयो जने धन्वानि तन्मसि स्वाहा. Then Parayana, it goes right. Asmin mahacharnave entarikshe bhava adhi nilagriva shitikan. So, but here it's not like that. You have to use the refrain of Te Shagum Sahasra Yojane for all the lines in the 11th Anuvakam. Om Asmin Mahatyarnave entarikshe. This 99% of the people are not saying the swara correctly there. Tarikshe, they are doing. You have to make sure that you have to say the swara properly. Om Asmin Mahatyar Nave Entarikshe Rik Rik Kshe. The Ri is up. Enta avagraham is there. When avagraham is there, you don't say the a, but it sounds like a. Like just now, I did not say antarikshe, right? But you heard antarikshe, I did not say the a. How? Asmen maghatyar nave entarikshe bhava adhi bhava. There is a cab. Adhi, not Bhava adhi, incorrect. Bhava adhi teshagum sahasrajo jane vadhanvani tanmase swaga om nilagriva shitikantha asharva adhah kshamacharaha. Not adhak kshamachara is incorrect. Adhah kshamachara. And before that there is pause. Sitikantha asharva adhah क्षमाचराः तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने बधन्वानि तन्मसि स्वाहा ॐ नीलग्रीवाश्चितिकण्ठा ॐ नीलग्रीवाश्चितिकण्ठादिवगुं रुद्रा उपसृताः not रुद्रा उपसृताः incorrect रुद्रा उपसृताः तेषागुं सहस्रयोजने बधन्वानि तन्मसि स्वाहा. So you have to remember where the pauses are occurring before the long vowels, and then after the long vowels followed by an vowel, and you have to where the visarga is broken with the before the word starting with the ksha. Okay, then Teshagum Sahasra Yojane goes all the way to ॐ य एतावन्तश्च भुजागुंसश्च दिशो रुद्रावितस्थिरे तेषागुं सहस्रयो जने वधन्वानि तन्मसि स्वाहा आसि तन्मसि स्वाहा. I am saying not tanmasi swaha, no, tanmasi hi swaha. So you have to be emphasizing that visarga tanmasi swaha. Are you hearing the emphasis on the swaha, where tanmasi swaha. Now the last mantra we chant like Namo Rudrebhyo ye Prithivyan ye Entarikshe ye Divi Esham Mannam Vato Varshabhishavastebhyo Dashaprachir. That's now we are chanting, but actually that is three ahutis. It's a very beautiful mantra. This mantra is the essence of mission of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. And what that essence of mission of Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba? Ye prithivyam esham annam grama seva. Ye antarikshe esham vataha hospitals. Ye divi esham varsham water project. This is Bhagavan's mission. This is Trishulam. Entire Rudram is Bhagavan's mission. Entire Rudram is Bhagavan. Bhagavan is Rudram. There is absolutely no discussion about that. It's not like fanatic devotee of Satya Sai Baba talking. You see this. You understand the meaning of these mantras. You understand who did this. In our lifetimes, which guru did this? Huh? Supplying water. E divi esham varshamishavaste E antarikshe yesham vata ishavastebhyaha. E prithivim ye pruthivyam esham annamishavastebyah. And this, not one Rudra, namo Rudrebhyah. Hundreds of thousands of Rudras are doing Grama Seva across the world. Hundreds and thousands of Rudras are working in hospitals and doing Seva unconditionally without taking a penny. So many are benefited by the Rudram that when this Atirudra Mahayajna is done, a Divi Esham Varsham. Rain has to come, rain is coming, rain will come, drought will be abolished. That is, you need to know. Now, how to chant this? Okay, please pay attention to Om Namo Rudrebhyo Ye Prithivyam Ye Shamannamishavastebhyo. Dashaprachir, you already know. I'll chant one more time. Om Namo Rudrebhyo Ye Prithivyam Ye Shamannamishavastebhyo. दश प्राचेर्दश दक्षिण वन मोर टाइम ओम नमो रुद्रेभ्यो ये पृथिव्यां येषामन्नमिषव सो येषामन्नमिषवस्तेभ्यो so you have so one word येषामन्नमिषवस्तेभ्यो. You have to get that clearly in your head. E pruthivyam esham annamishavastebhyo. But you don't split esham annam. Esham annamishavastebhyo. Sandhi has to be done. Okay, now next one. Om namo rudrebhyo entarikshe esham vata ishavastebhyo. There it's not vata mishavastebhyo. అది వాతమిషవస్తే వాత పెట్టినట్టుంటుంది బట్ హియర్ వాత హియర్ మీన్స్ ప్రాణశక్తి. ఓకే, దిస్ ఈస్ ద ప్రాణశక్తి. హాస్పిటల్ ఈజ్ ప్రాణశక్తి. సో ద రుద్రాస్ ఆర్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ ఇన్ అంతరిక్షం, ఇన్ అట్మాస్ఫియర్, life force is being given. That means the one who is grounded in Rudram will not be touched by any dis-ease associated because they are at ease. So there is no dis-ease. Om Namo Rudrebhyo entarikshe esham vata ishavastebhyo. Vata ishavast. Did you see how much pause I gave? Because the vata ends with the vowel. Isha starts with the vowel but not a long vowel. So there is a blue line you see there. That blue line represents slight gap. Om Namo Rudrebhyo entarikshe. See? Enta. Not entarikshe. Enta. That anta is, there is holding on it. Then it will sound as antariksha. If you don't hold it there, it will the antariksha won't come. It's not yentarikshe, it is ye entarikshe esham vata ishavastebhyo dasha pracher dasha dakshina dasha praticher dashodhicher dashodhvastebhyo namaste no mrudayantu tejan. What people are chanting? No mrudayantu tejan vishmo. The tejan has no swara on it. You get it? No mrudayantu tejan. No mrudayantu tejan. No mrudayan. No mrudayan. No mrudayantu tejan vishmo yascha no. Please remember, please practice those mantras. This just these mantras itself, it took 1 week of practice because people have not learnt them correctly. And so the last one now. Om Namo Rudrebhyo e Divi Esham. So there it is, Dirghaswaritam, which doesn't occur in the regular chanting. So you have to remember that. Om Namo Rudrebhyo et Divi Esham Varshamishavasteebhyo. Yes, Mona, your question.
Yeah, on the Yesham in Devanagari, it is a Hraswam for the two 168 and 169.
Can you show the Devanagari Sairama? Okay, while he's pulling that up, now you got the swaras associated with is what is more the splitting of the three as yajus, right? So one more time, I will chant the whole thing. Om Namo Rudrebhyo Je Prithivjanye Shamannamishavastebhyo Dasha Pracher Dasha Dakshina Dasha Praticher Dashodhicher Dashordhvastebhyo Namaste No Mrudajantu Te Jandvishmo Yaschano Dveshtitam Vojambhe Dadhame Swaha Om Namo Rudrebhyo Entarikshe Esham Vatavishavastebhyo Dasha Pracher Dasha Dakshina Dasha Praticher Dashodhicher Dasho Dhvastebhyo Namaste No Mrudajantu Te Jandvishmo Yaschano Dveshtitam Jambhe Dadhami Swaha Om Namo Rudrebhyo Divi Esha Varsha Vishavastebhyo Dasha Pracher Dasha Dakshina Dasha Praticher Dashodhicher Dashodhvastebhyo Namaste No Mrudajantu Te Jandvishmo Yaschano Dveshtitam Vojambhe Dadhami Swaha Okay. Where can you blow it up, Sarama? I can't. Can you zoom it in? What is she talking about? What are you talking about?
The Yesham,
Which Yesham?
the first line, Om Namo Rudrebhyo Ye Divi Yesham Varshameshavastebhyo Antarikshe. The Yesham, the Sha is Hraswam.
Oh, okay. Got it. Instead of Esham, it is Esham, looks like. Yeah. Okay. Namo Rudrebhyo Divi Esha Varshameshavastebhyo. Okay. Sairam. That is the Rudra Mantra Swahakaras. Are there any questions or
Yeah, Anna,
comment?
also in 169 A Shao in Devanagari, there is the U superscript.
Yeah.
Is it which one is correct?
Yeah, no. No need to say it. We don't even need to talk about it. Automatically, it is the U has to be there, no? Whether you put it or not, you know this by this time. Okay, we have to add the U, is what you're saying. Yes, we will add the U.
No, because this is in this Yesham, the Ma is not an Anuswara.
Esha no. Esha Varsha. So that's a different word. You have to say it as like oh, which is Anuswara.
Okay, so then which means English has to be correct.
English has to add the phonetic U has to be added. Yes.
With the Anuswara, I mean.
Yeah, with the Anuswara. Because it is Esham. Esham Annam. Okay. So entarikshe esham vata. E divi esham varsham. There is Anuswaram there.
Okay.
Okay, Chamaka mantras. Okay, then this last, after doing that, we say Adityatmane Shri Rudraja Idanna Mamam. That is chanted. If that is not there in Devanagari or Telugu, I will add it. Okay. And when Chamakam comes, there are 12 Swahakaras in Chamakam. You have to remember to do Swaha. And here during the Homa, what happens? We go and each person that is uh, across the Homa Kunda, one or two of them will stand up and do the Havis offering into the Yajna. Not everybody offers. One person goes around and then comes back to Acharya. ॐ अग्ना विष्णु सजोषसे मा वर्धन्तु वाङ्गिरः द्युम्नैर्वाजेभिरागतग् स्वाहा Okay, let me check. Bhiragata Gaswaka. Okay. Okay, next. All the way regular Parayana of the Chamakam starts with Om and ends with Swaha. Many of you already practiced the Chamaka mantras. 90% of the people I have noticed do not even know the Chamaka mantras. They think that knowing Namakam is enough, but it is incorrect feeling. Chamakam is not asking God something. I went through that already. If you have not learnt Chamakam, you please learn Chamakam. Chamakam is as important, if not more important than Namakam. Okay, that is the Rudra mantras, and after the Rudra mantras are over, there are the other mantras that the acharyas will do. You don't need to worry about. That concludes the Rudra Homa Prakriya. Are there any questions on Rudra Homa Prakriya? Yes.
Sairam uncle,
Yeah.
at the end of Chamakam,
Yes, the end
Idan
of the,
Namama.
yeah, there is no Idan Namama at the end of the Chamakam. So if you go through the, go back, Om Ida Devahur Manur. Okay, I forgot to mention in the Namakam also, Triambakam Yajamahe, all those mantras are not part of the Rudra Adhyaya. They are from Taittiriya Brahmanakam and Taittiriya Samhita. So they are not used as Swahakara mantras. Similarly, Ida Devahur Manur Yajnanir, that mantra is a Shanti mantra. It is not a Swahakara mantra. So Bhavanascha Adhipatischa Swaha. That's where the Swahakara. Adityatmane Rudra Idan Namama. That's the only Namama mantra that is chanted. Not Rudraya Idan Namama. Adityatmane Sri Rudraya Idan Namama. That is what is chanted for Rudra Homam. Okay? As the Namama that is done after Namakam and Chamakam. Yes. Okay. Are we good? Any other questions or comments? I just know. I don't know how that happened, but all the swahas have to be fixed. Thanks for that observation. Any other questions? If not, let's go to open up the Samputita Sri Suktam. Samputita Sri Suktam will be offered only by the Devi Mahatyam Ritviks that have practiced and gotten the Diksha for the Chandi Navarna. Like I said already, same principles apply. We'll have on Thursday, next Thursday, we'll have the Chandi Parayanam by 100 plus people, and the next day will be the Chandi Homa. Chandi Homa, the offering is by 10 people into the Homa Kundam, and one person will do the Ajam, that is Prathana Acharya, rest will do the is the Swaha with the Payasam is offered into the mother for the mother. And Samputita Sri Suktam, you are all doing the Parayana, but the Homa Prakriya is different from the Parayana Prakriya. You have to do the invocation like the Vinyoga, the Rishi, the Karanyasa, Anganyasa, which we are not currently doing as Parayana. That's one important piece. Can you go back, please? 1 second. So this mantra, Anand, I already spoke last week about the significance of this Samputita Sri Suktam. Samputita Sri Suktam, this particular protocol is established by Vidyaranya Maharshi. Vidyaranya Maharshi is the preceptor of the entire Vijayanagara Samrajya, and the power of this establishes even empires restored using the mantras. It's not because of the courage, the valor of those guys. Chanakya with his Tapo Shakti established the Maurya Samrajya. Vidyaranya with his Tapo Shakti established the Vijayanagara Samrajya. So when the Tapo Shakti of the rishis is manifested, the yogis become the rulers of the countries. And that is the power of the Tapashakti. And this is such a very powerful Homa Prakriya, and it is for healing of what we are offering is for the healing of the minds of the people. and for the healing of the cows and all the other species that have been exploited by the human and created all this havoc. Can you imagine? 40 to 50 million cows are butchered just in the United States of America every year. How much of suffering has happened just with the cows? Forget about all the rest of the animals that are commoditized as food. Samputita Sri Sukta Homam and Go Sukta Homam will be offered in the afternoon of Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in all the 11 Homakundas. And for this, Ananda Kardama Chiklita आपसृजन्त स्निग्धानि चिक्लीत वसमे गृहे. So चिक्लीता आनंद कर्दम आनंद कर्दमश्चैव चिक्लीत इति विश्रुता रशयस्ते त्रयः प्रोक्ता स्वयं श्रीरेवि देवता. This is in the Phalashruti mantras of Sri Suktam. Ananda Kardama Shrida Chiklita Indira Suta Rishayaha. They are directly the children, those Maharshis of Mahalakshmi. And the Adyah Tisro, the first three Ruks are Anushtup Chandas, fourth one is Brihati Chandas, fifth one and sixth one are Trishtup Chandas, and then the eighth one is Anuštubhaha. All the rest of them are Pankti Chanda. All those are Pankti Chandas. Those are all the Chandas used in the Sri Suktam. And then see all the mantras. Shrihi Agnischa Devata. Shrihi, auspiciousness, Agni and the fire are the Devatas. Avyaktani Bijani, unmanifested seeds, seed letters. Avyakta Parabrahma Rishihi. Where is that? Hamsa Gayatri. Swara Shaktayaha. Swara. The sound itself is the Shakti. Bindu is the Kelakam, the pin. And this is being offered to Mahayogishwari Devata. Prasada Siddhyarthe, Vishwashantyarthe, Jape Vinyo, Home Vinyogaha. This is not Japa, this is Homa. And then the Anganyasa Karunyasa happens with Aim Hrim Srim. Aim Hrim Srim are the Bhuvaneshwari Bijam, Mahasaraswati Bijam, Mahalakshmi Bijam. Aim Hrim Srim. That is Mahakali, Mahalakshmi, Mahasaraswati. Aim Hrim Srim. So that with Aim Hrim Srim we do the Karanyasa and the Anganyasa, and then after that we do the Dhyana Shlokas exactly like what we do for our Parayana with the two Dhyana Shlokas, and then we do the Pancha Upachara Puja invoking the Saraswat Prithvi Tattvatmikayai Sri Mahayogishwari Devyai. This is how it is the Pancha Upachara Puja is done, and that is how we are going to start the Sampradaya Sri Sukta Homa. So let's go. I will just chant very quickly through and then we'll go to the main mantras. Om Asya Sri Hiranyavarnamiti Panchadasharchasya Suktasya. Panchadasha is 15 and the 16th one is Yashuchif Preto Bhutva. Sri Ananda Kardama Shrida Chiklita Indira Suta Rishajaka Adyastisro Nushtubaka Chaturthi Brughati Panchami Shashchau Trishtubhau Tatoshtavanuštubha Anuštabha Antya Prastara Pankti Chandamse Sarvamantranam Sri Ragnischa Devata Avyaktani Bijani Swara Shaktajaka Bindavah Kelakani Sri Mahayogishwari Devata Prasada Siddhyardhe Vishwashantyardhe Home Viniyogaka. Om Aim Angushtabhyan Namah Hrim Tarjanibhyan Namah Shrim Madhyamabhyan Namah Aim Anamikabhyan कटितलाभ्यां नमः ह्रीं कनिष्ठिकाभ्यां नमः श्रीं करतलकरपृष्ठाभ्यां नमः ॐ ऐं हृदयाय नमः ह्रीं शिरसे स्वाहा श्रीं शिखायै वषट् ऐं कवचाय हुं ह्रीं नेत्रत्रयाय वौषट् श्रीं अस्त्राय फट् भूर्भुवः सुवरोम् इति दिग्बन्धक ध्यानम् ॐ अरुणकमलसंस्थातद्रजः पुञ्जवर्ण करकमलधृतेष्टाभीतियुग्माम्बुजाता मणिमकुटविचित्रालङ्कृतिः पद्ममाला भवतु भुवदमाता सन्ततं श्रीः श्रीयै नमः ॐ लक्ष्मीं क्षीरसमुद्रराजतनयां श्रीरङ्गधामेश्वरीं दासीभूतसमस्तदेववनिता लोकैकदीपाङ्कुरां श्रीमन्मन्दकटाक्षलब्धविभवब्रह्मेन्द्रगङ्गाधरां त्वां त्रैलोक्यकुटुम्बिनीं सरसिजां वन्दे मुकुन्दप्रियाम्. So thank you, Chandrasekhar. For these mantras, dhyana mantras, you have to do with Kamala Mudra. Kamala Mudra is this, like a lotus flower. And this Kamale, Kamalaliye, this Kamala mantra. So this is the Kamala Mudra. Kamala Mudra has to be on the Sahasrara during the Dhyana Shlokas. Om Lam Prithvitattvatmikayai Sri Mahayogishwari Devyai Namaha Gandham Parikalpayami Om Ham Akashatattvatmikayai श्री महायोगीश्वरी देव्यै नमः पुष्पं परिकल्पयामि ॐ यं वायुतत्त्वात्मिकायै श्री महायोगीश्वरी देव्यै नमः धूपं परिकल्पयामि ॐ रं तेजोतत्त्वात्मिकायै श्री महायोगीश्वरी देव्यै नमः दीपं परिकल्पयामि ॐ वं अमृततत्त्वात्मिकायै श्री महायोगीश्वरी देव्यै नमः अमृतनैवेद्यं परिकल्पयामि ॐ संसर्वतत्त्वात्मिकायै श्री महायोगीश्वरी देव्यै नमः सर्वोपचारान् परिकल्पयामि ॐ लम् इत्यादि पंचोपचारान् समर्पयामि यथाशक्ति संपुटित श्री सूक्त होमं करिष्ये. And during this homam we will the Ritviks will offer lotus seed into the homam, and the Acharya will offer the Ajam. Offering lotus seed into the homam is extremely rare prakriya, and to get that many lotus seeds from India is a blessing of Bhagavan. And all the sadhana of Sampurta Sri Suktam and the Devi Mahatyam Parayana practices and Japam and all that stuff, Mantri Parayana, daily practices, that is what God gets pleased with and allows you to do that kind of homa. So the Ritviks will offer lotus seed. So now, very important nuance. We have been chanting Om Srim Hrim Srim Kabale Kabalalaje Prasida Prasida Srim Hrim Srim Om. What we are saying? Sri Mahalakshmi Devyai Namaka. In the Moola Mantram there is no Shri, there is no Devyai. It is Om Mahalakshmiyai Namaha. That is the Moola Mantram. And for the Homa Prakriya. So, with Bhakti, as I mentioned, you can, what we have been doing Parayana is with Bhakti, but when a ritual is done, the ritual has to be done perfectly, not without, along with Bhakti, there should be, Bhakti is actually love. Love for God and also perfectness of offering in the ritual. That is what is important. So this Moola Mantra is Om Mahalakshmiyai Namaha. So that is important for you, for all of you to remember that while you are doing the chanting. And before each of the Ruk of the Sri Suktam, there is a Bija Mantra Samputitam. What is happening with this mantra? Samputitam is happening threefold. Samputitam is happening. The first Samputitam is with this Kamalalaya mantra. The second Samputitam is happening with Durga Smrta Harsibhiti. Second Samputitam. Oh, and the third Samputitam is happening with the Mahalakshmi Moola Mantra Bijam, that is the most powerful, and 16 of them are there. Om, Aim, Hrim, Shrim, Kleem, Vada Vada Vagvadini, Aim, Sauh, Hamsah, Am, Hrim, Krom, Kleem, Shrim, Hum, Swaha, Swaha, Hum, Kleem, Shrim, Kleem, Krom, Hrim, Am, Hamsah, Sauh, Aim, Vagvadini, Vada Vada, Kleem, Shrim, Hrim, Aim, Om. So that is Anuloma Viloma. That is the Moola Mantram, Anuloma Vinoma. Anuloma means up, Viloma is down. So that we are doing Anuloma, Viloma of the Moola Mantram. Om Aim, Aim Om. So closure of each of the rooks. So 3 times, 3 types of Samputitam is happening. Extremely powerful. And Swaha, again, the Swaha, the Dirgham is missing here. So I will fix that. The Swaha mantra is offered after the last Samputam with the Kamalalaya mantra. Okay, I'll chant once and then rest of it you can. Om Shrim Hrim Shrim Kabale Kabalalaye Praseda Praseda Shrim Hrim Shrim Om Mahalakshmi Namaka Durge Smrta Harasi Bhiti Vasheshantoha Swasthe Smrta Mati Mati Shubhan Dadase Om Aim Hiranyavarnam Harinim Suvarnarajatasrajam Chandram Hiranmayel Lakshmin Jatavedo Ma'avaka Aim Om. Some people are chanting Mamavaha. Mamavaha is the moolam actually is Ma'avaha, not Mamavaha. So the next is the repetition of the same thing. As you can scroll down. Yes.
In Devanagari, we have as Mahalakshmi Devyai Namaha.
Om Mahalakshmyai Namaha, it should be.
Okay, I'll make a note.
No. Can you open the latest version? You guys are confused me sometimes. I thought I fixed that. Let's open the Devanagari Kana.
No, it's correct. It's Mahalakshmi Namah.
Mistake then.
Oh, somebody check Telugu. Let me know. Okay, keep going down.
It's correct in Telugu.
Telugu is okay.
Okay, so let's see here. No, stop. Mahalakshmi Namaha. She's looking at older version.
Old one,
Okay.
yeah. Sorry.
Om Aim Hiranyavarnam Harinim. The next mantra is Samputitam with Om Hrim Hrim Om. Okay. So same mantra. Om Shrim Hrim Shrim Kabale Kabalalaye Praseda Praseda Shrim Hrim Shrim Om Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om. Sometimes I'm saying Om, sometimes I'm not, but there is no need to say Om. Actually, in a different version, it's actually Om Shrim Durge Smrta Harsabheti Vaseshajanto Swasthe Smrta Matimativa Shubhan Dadasi Shrim Om Hrim Tam Avahajata Vedo Lakshmi Manapagavini Ing Yashyam Hiranyam Vinde Yangamashvam Purushanakam Hrim Om Daridrakavayaharini Tvadanya Sarvopakara Karanaya Sadardrachitta Om Shrim Hrim Shrim Kabale Kabalalaye Praseda Praseda Shrim Hrim Shrim Om Mahalakshmi Namaha. So that is like that you do Samputitam for every one of the 16 rooks, and before you chant the Mahalakshmi Gayatri, you do the Anuloma and Viloma of the entire mantra as the Swahakaram. So keep going, Kada.
Yeah,
Om
one
Srim.
question.
Question, yes.
Yeah, in Devanagari, it's Mahalakshmi, whereas it should be Mahalakshmi here.
No, that is Myai.
Is this Myai?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that is not Mahalakshmi. It's Yai, Mahalakshmi.
Okay.
That is Aitvam, no? Hey, Devanagari guys.
Yeah, it is Ksha and Ma together only, It's
Not Chada, Tambi.
no,
That's not.
Mahalakshmi. It's correctly only.
Mahalakshmi.
It's correct
It's
only.
correct. Yeah.
Okay, so this is Ma and Ya. Okay, fine.
It's not Yada, it is Yai. It's I. It is not Yai. In English, it is written like that, but it is Mahalakshmi. AI, like I'm.
This one is my in Hindi. In Devanagari, it's my. It's there should be a ya also there somewhere.
There is no. Yeah, 1 second, Ma, 1 second. You are confusing me now. I get
Oh, sorry about that.
Mahalakshmi. There should be a Y. Yeah, that's
so
missing.
full year is missing, so it should
Yeah,
be
Ya is missing. It should be Mahalakshmi.
Yeah.
Ksha, it is a Ksha, it is a Ksha, Ma, Ya, I, Mahalakshmi. So if it in Telugu, let's show me the Telugu, maybe it's missing in that too. If it is missing in one, it would be missing in others because I use translation to convert. Okay.
Telugu is correct.
Telugu is correct. Is there a
No, Lakshmi.
no? Telugu is
No,
Lakshmi. There is Y is missing. Ya is
no,
missing.
I,
Telugu also
I,
needs to be
I
fixed.
is there underneath that. Lakshmi.
No.
Kakshma.
ఒక్క నిమిషం. Ya is missing in Devanagari and Telugu. Let's show me the English now.
Telugu I is there underneath that.
No, not I. Ya also should be Lakshmi. Lakshmi. Yai. It's not I. Yai. Yatvam kuda undali. So it is Ksha, Ma, Ya, I. Lakshmi.
Yeah.
That is what is missing. Lakshmi. Oh, the H is missing here. Laksh. Lakshmyai. So there is one. Can you blow that up? Is that am I using a Shah there? What happened there?
The dot is there under this S, so it's
Okay.
Lakshmi.
Lakshmi. Okay, I'll fix that. Thank you for noticing that, Chandrasekhar. Okay, so the last mantra is the Anuloma Viloma of the Moola mantra that we have used to do the Samputitam all through. 16 mantras. Please go all the way to 16 down. ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं श्रीं कबले कबलालये प्रसीद प्रसीद श्रीं ह्रीं श्रीं ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै नमः दुर्गे स्मृता हरसि भीतिमशेषजन्तोः स्वस्थै स्मृता मतिमतीव शुभान् ददासि ॐ ऐं ह्रीं श्रीं क्लीं वद वद वाग्वादिनि ऐं सौः हंसः आं ह्रीं क्रों क्लीं श्रीं हुं स्वाहा स्वाहा हुं श्रीं क्लीं क्रों ह्रीं आं हंसः सौः ऐं वाग्वादिनि वद वद क्लीं श्रीं ह्रीं ऐं ॐ दारिद्र्यदुःखभयहारिणिका त्वदन्या सर्वोपकारकरणाय सदार्द्रचित्ता ॐ श्रीं ह्रीं श्रीं कबले कबलालये प्रसीद प्रसीद श्रीं ह्रीं श्रीं ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै नमः स्वाहा. So next one is Gayatri Mantra Swaha. Then we do the Anganyasa and then Digvimoka, Dhyana Shlokam, and then Panchopachara Puja and offer pranam to the mother with the Sarvamangala Mangalye and the Kamalalaya Mantra. That is the protocol for Sampradaya Sri Suktam. Okay, one last thing I want to say is the Rutviks for Devi Mahatyam are not completely finalized. Please stay tuned and you will know it when you come and register, and that is what is going to happen. Okay, any other questions or comments?
One question on this Om Shreem Hreem slokam, there is you in our daily sadhana we have another Shri between Om and Mahalakshmi, right? We are removing that.
Not only
in this
Shri,
one.
but also Mahalakshmi Devyai, we are saying, right?
Oh yeah.
And those that
Devi.
Shri and Devyai are not required because
Okay.
Shrim Hrim Shrim is the Bija Mantram, which is followed by the Om Mahalakshmi Namaha.
Okay.
See, there also there is Samputitam of the Om Shrim Hrim Shrim. You see the Samputitam there? Kamale Kamalaliye is getting Samputitam. Kamale Kamalaliye Prasida Prasida has a Samputitam of Om Shrim Hrim Shrim Shrim Hrim Shrim Om. So there is a sandwich. Kamale Kamalale Prasida Prasida is getting the Samputitam of the Shrim Hrim Shrim mantra, and Om Mahalakshmiyai Namaha is the Namaskara mantra. So when we do that, there is no need to add Devi. It's not that it is in Bhakti it is okay, but in Mula Mantram is this mantram. Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. One. How many Ritviks are there on the call today? How many people are there? 60 only. Okay. 260 Ritviks. 60 Ritviks are attending the learning this. I think there may be more. They didn't want to join and they may be on the YouTube channel. Only 15 are watching on the YouTube. Excellent discipline.
In a one house, there are two people, Sairama. Plus two.
Even if you add all the 60 times 3, it is still 180 plus 15. It's not 250. Saira. Okay. So that's okay. Because my concern is they'll come to the Homa and they're doing things incorrectly without learning properly. That is the only concern. But we will offer it to Swami. Let him deal with that. Okay, what's the last piece that I wanted to share with you? Okay, why is my Zoom?
Anna, you also said Go Sukta Homa.
Yes.
Is the protocol any different for that?
No, we'll just chant the Ashyasri Go Suktasya, that start with that, and then we will do the we'll just do the Om Agavo Akbannata Bhadramakran Om Swaha Om Swaha. Okay.
So what will offer, uncle, for that one? Just want to know for the Go Suptam.
Same lotus seed. She is Mahalakshmi.
Okay.
Go Lakshmi. We call her Go Lakshmi. Okay. I think I don't want to repeat this. Top priority for all of you as Ritviks is punctuality, as I already said. And you have to wear your badge, Ritvik badge, all the time. Because in the stanchioned Homakunda area, Ritviks only will be sitting. You have to be present during the chanting and Homa offering and during chanting. Please keep a water bottle with you unless it is emergency for any kind of a bio break or whatever. If you take a bio break, you have to wash your feet, sprinkle water on your head and come back and sit again. And otherwise you have to be sitting there and chanting and sitting there and doing the Homa during your Homa allotted slots. You have to wear your Diksha Vastra and in the specific color that will be informed during the day. Devi Mahatyam Ritviks will be given additional Diksha Vastra other than the regular Rudra Diksha Vastram, and you will be responsible for keeping the Homakunda area clean, making sure that it is maintained cleanliness. You don't touch the vessels and the other things put around the Homakunda. They are not put there for alankaram. They are actually what I was calling Shatpatra Prayogam, which invoking different gods and goddesses. so you should not touch those. And then you have to maintain strict discipline, silence, and cleanliness, and even patience. Silence is God. God is silence. You need to be talking only as required and with a low voice to the person that you're talking. That is extremely important. You have to avoid unnecessary talk and gossip, loud talking, no chewing material whatsoever, no gum eating. Tell your children if they're Ritviks, they should be already knowing this. Yum, yum, I don't know, even cows don't eat, chew that much cud as humans with gum and other kind of unnecessary material. And you have to turn off your silence or put them in silence mode. No WhatsApp texting and all of that kind of nonsense while you are offering as a Ritvik. 100% do not change your assigned seat or place. If you are asked to sit at one place, you are not being discriminated. There is a reason for it, and you may not know the reason. Don't feel personal and hurt that, oh my God, how come that person is sitting in the front? I am sitting in the back. All this mental noise, no veranda privileges for me. How come all this nonsense? There is a reason for that. So you won't understand it doesn't mean that somebody is discriminating you. Please understand all these things. You have to bring enough of with the water bottles, bring your own comfort. Seating, if you require, we will have the Ritvik stools. But if you want to sit on a comfortable seating, that's also fine. But don't bring big chairs and pillows and occupy three people's space. What is required for yourself? No wastage of food and water. See, silence is God, that is space. Food is God, that is material, Mother Earth. Water is God. Fire is God. The air you breathe is God. And doing all those in conservation is what is real sadhana. And we have to uphold the love and the dignity of Bhagavan. People look at us and they say, what kind of training these people got from Bhagavan Sri Satya Sai Baba. And you are representing Swami's love in this place. And those that watch us should say, I wish I was Bhagavan's devotee and now I want to be Bhagavan's devotee. That is actually called as Paropakaram. If seeing us people get inspired to come close to Bhagavan, then we are living his message. Jai Sai Ram. None of it is being said with any kind of please, this I take personally. I myself have a long way to go. I am no Rishi or anybody like that, but we all are together to love Swami. And I will share one thing that Swami said long time ago, which is when we were doing a project for his 83rd birthday in a place called Camphora in San Jose area, 90 miles away. And we were doing this incredible sadhana of going and doing Grama Seva, rebuilding a non-immigrant labor camp, literally all agricultural workers. And we were doing this seva. And when such projects are undertaken, or when yajna is undertaken, the love of Swami just flows so incredibly. And what happens with that love? This thing happened during that time when there were some people that had commotion, emotion, and their egos get rubbed in a wrong way, and they feel that they have been insulted, and they're like, all those things come up. It's like, what happens is when we do yajna like this, or when we do projects like that, Swami told me, and it's a beautiful, I can never ever forget that. I asked Swami, what's going on? I mean, why are these people behaving so nastily? How come sometimes my button get pushed, and why is all this happening? This is your program. Everything should be. Swami said very beautifully, look, Bangaru, in a river bed, there are a lot of stones, and these stones have very sharp edges. River bed, you go, sometimes the sharp edge of a stone can cut your finger. That's how sharp they are. Because there is no water flowing. If the water is flowing, and this water movement will kind of move these stones in the river bed. So these stones begin to move a little bit. And when these stones are moving a little bit, they obviously rub against each other. And imagine if the river is really flowing, then the stones are also moving very fast. And when these stones are moving like that, they all are rough edged stones. So what do? They will be rubbing against each other and hurting each other. Huh? Because they are stones lying in a riverbed forever, never did any project for them to be moved by the flowing love of God. When love of God is flowing like that, all these rocks in the riverbed start moving, because finally they are moving to do something for Swami. And then when they're moving, they're rubbing each other. When they're rubbing each other, what happens if the river flow is much, much faster than this? They really rub against each other. And when they're rubbing against each other, they lose their sharpness and they become round slowly. And when they become round, they are rubbing against each other but not truly hurting each other. But then if the river is flowing forever, every year there is a yajna. There is 132 days of sadhana. This is like river flowing forever. These stones slowly gather the energy of that flowing river and they become what are called salagramas. So if you attend one yajna, it doesn't matter. If you attend 5 yajna, it doesn't matter. If you attend 15 yajna, it doesn't matter. Are you actually moving to do the work of God? And in the moving, are you rubbing against each other? Not, brothers and sisters, please take this to heart. Then what happens? You will absorb the energy of Swami, and then you don't have these rough edges anymore. And if it happens continuously, constantly, and you are in His love and moving in His love, not staying in the back. I'm every day Sai Center, every weekend I go Sai Center, 1 hour is enough, I'm done with that. Rest of the time I am in somewhere else. That is partly moving. If you truly are working together with other people, lifting the boulders to build the Homa Kunda and doing all kinds of other work for Swami, you have to, this yajna we are doing, the Goshala doesn't belong to Satyasai organization or Satyasai devotees even. They wouldn't have so much of love, discipline, commitment. They're different. Their mode of operation is different. Everybody is different. But when you take Swami out and when you actually are working with these people, you may be, getting water one day, may not be getting food one day, etc. You just bend your head and do Swami's work. You keep moving and moving and moving. That is Bhagavan's love. I pray that all of you have a wonderful and safe travel to Memphis, and the next 2 weeks is going to be, or from next Saturday is when you get the same orientation. You got the pre-orientation and you got the do's and don'ts. You got the pre-checklist. Please bring your own medicines, read the medical instructions. Please bring a small bottle of water of a river that is around you, so that you can take the same river water back or the water from the yajna and put it in the river where you are living in, so that that energy is now spreading to all the world and to all the being, to all the 5 elements of the nature. May Bhagavan bless us all. May Bhagavan bring us all. May Bhagavan nourish us all. May Bhagavan love us all and may we all laugh together in his love and service. Jai Sai Ram. Om Yadaksharabadabhrashtam Matra Hinantu Yad Bhaved Tat Sarvan Kshamyatam Deva Narayana Namostute Visarga Bindu Matrani Padapadaksharaणि च न्यूनानि चातिरिक्तानि क्षमस्व साईश्वर अपराधसहस्राणि क्रियन्ते हर्निशं मया दासोऽयमिति मां मत्वा क्षमस्व साईश्वर अन्यथा शरणं नास्ति त्वमेव शरणं मम तस्मात् कारुण्यभावेन रक्ष रक्ष साईश्वर हरिः ॐ तत्सत् श्री साईश्वरार्पणमस्तु स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्याय्येन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शांति शांति शांति। जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
जय साई राम।